not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace. Drowning by yourself, now you wanna blame me. Like you have no options. I ain't take your options. Nah, I'm not the problem. Man, that's on you, yeah. You've been terrorizing me, yeah, I'm always wrong. I knew you lost your mind when you dropped that bomb. Girl, are you crazy? Yeah, you must be crazy. I've been thinking lately it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me, but baby, it's you. Lie like a rat, but take your stuff back, baby, it's you. And I would never hear. You've been flexing everywhere. Girl, look in the mirror. Man, you so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me. But baby, it's you. Lie like a rat, but take your stuff back. Baby, it's you. Your parade, shine, you can't get it, yeah. If I was Father Time, then I would change the day, so I never saw your face. Please, what do I have to do to make you?
Hello. I am your host, Simo, of What's Really Going On, Blog Talk Radio Show and Podcast. I am super excited that you have decided to hang out with me, your host, Simo. And before I get started, I always like to thank everybody that listens in from around the globe. So without further ado, I'd like to thank the UK. I'd like to thank India. I'd like to thank South Africa. I'd like to thank Pakistan, Iraq, Canada, and of course I'm missing some, but also the United States. Thank you guys for listening in. So tonight's episode is about dream killers and how to avoid them at all costs. How to avoid them. What do I mean by dream killers? What's keeping you from being great? What's keeping you from living up to your full potential? Is it fear of the unknown? Is it the people you surround yourself with? Is it you not feeling comfortable around people and situations? What exactly is keeping you from living up to your full potential? Why aren't you surrounding yourself with great minds, not small ones? Why aren't you protecting your energy at any and all costs? So, when I'm talking about dream killers, guys, what I mean is, you know how sometimes you're in a relationship with somebody, right? And then you and this person, you're having you're in a good relationship. You're very content, but there are some other things that you would like to do. There's some things that you would like to do, but because this person might be taking a lot of your time, they always have something else for you to be doing or whatever. It's like you can't kind of get to that thing that you want to do. And not all relationships are like that. And when I say relationships, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendly relationship with coworker. It could be like your best friends or friends you grew up with or whatever. But it's like you have a goal. You have goals that you set for yourself, but they're not happening. It's like you set these goals for yourself and you set them for a specific time frame, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, time is going by. I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm hanging out with my boyfriend. I'm doing everything for my kids and for my husband. I'm always that great friend for everybody else. But my dreams, I'm not getting to my dreams. I'm getting distracted, or I'm getting deferred, or I'm putting my things off because I'm worrying about everybody else. At some point, you got to look at all your relationships, and you have to you got to prioritize what it is that you want to do. And you can still make time for those relationships, but if those people aren't pushing you, if they aren't pushing you to get your goals accomplished or to do things that you want to do, I'm kind of thinking that you don't need them. You don't need them because they're dream killers. They're dream killers. And they can also be dream killers in the sense that, they don't see your vision. Like you might have a vision and you telling somebody about what your vision is or what your dream is, and they don't support it. They always say things to knock it down or, discourage you from doing it. Those are the people that you have got to get out of your life. You got to get them out. You got to get them out of there because they're not for you. They're against you. They are dream killers. How do you decipher who a dream killer is? Say you got this one friend that you talk about or talk to about your dreams. And every time you mention, hey, I want to, and I'm just using this hypothetical situation. Hey, I want to write a book, or I want to be on TV. And there are things, and your friend says, girl, you ain't going to write no book. You failed English class. How you going to write a book? You want to be on TV? Girl, you ain't photogenic like that. You don't need to be on TV. And then when your friend says that, you're kind of like, well, dang, I thought you were my friend. I thought you would support my goal. I thought you would support my vision. I thought that you would, be all in for what I'm doing. And when I say they're dream killers, they do everything to deter you from doing what it is that you are destined to do. Now, I've been doing this podcast since 2000, I want to say 21 or maybe earlier. But I know it was right around when the pandemic first started. And I remember when I decided to do it, because I was kind of just bored. We were locked down. I couldn't really go see anybody. Everybody was kind of quarantined. They didn't want you going out unless it was absolutely critical for you to be out there. And so I decided at that point, okay, I'm going to start a podcast because it's a lot on my mind and I want to know what's really going on. So I decided to do What's Really Going On. Let's chat. And I have to say, my sister, Cassandra, Dr. C, who also, and she is a doctor, she's a lawyer, and she's a Jewish doctor. And she started her podcast, and I was like so proud of my sister, and I was like, that's cool, and that's something I think I'd like to do because I got a lot to say because I want to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And so initially, when I started doing it, of course I wanted my friends to listen to me. I wanted them to tune in, and I wanted them to, you know, listen to my podcast and support me in what I was doing. And so I told all of them about it. This is my first episode. I'm excited. And I'm talking about the pandemic. And I'm thinking my friends are going to support me. My family's going to support me because in my mind, I'm thinking this is a very cool thing that I'm doing. And I want everybody to hear my podcast. I want everybody to hear what I have to say. I want them to listen to it. I want them to, get some good information. I want to hear what they have to say about the podcast. I want those things. I think that'd be pretty cool, right? And so I told all my friends, hey, I'm going to be on, and I was kind of prime time. I was late night. So I said, if I can get them to listen, because I want them to listen late because that's, everybody going to be home. And I know my phone line going to be flooded with people listening to me and supporting me and doing all these things. And I'm just like super excited, and I can't wait to get on that night. So I get on, and I call my sister because I actually got featured on her network the first time. So they was like, hey, we got what's really going on. Let's chat. And she going to be part of the Healing Through Hurt network, excited, and she doing her stuff on her end, and I'm getting ready on my end. And, we got a few people calling in because she already had a network work established. But I'm looking in the call queue, and I'm like, man, where everybody at? Okay, well, let me text them over here on the side and see why they ain't here yet. And my friends, my family, I think a few of them came, but it was more people that was familiar with the Healing Through Hurt network, which is my sister's network, that came on and they listened and they supported, even though in her town it was almost 11 p.m. In my town it was 10 p.m. So we did that first episode, and I was excited. And I was ready to get to the next episode, the next week. And I was calling my friends that was here. And I was like, hey, y'all, I want y'all to listen to my podcast. I think it's good. I mean, I'm putting out some good information. I'm letting people give me information. And I'm hoping that I'm helping somebody with whatever episode I'm talking about. And I hope people can relate to my guests that I have on. And so I'm like, I called one of my other besties, and I say, hey, bestie, listen. Hey, I got, I'm doing this podcast, and I would love for you to come on. I really want you to come on, and I want you to listen to it. And my friend said, instant dream killer. You know what she said? She said, hey, what time I come on? I said, well, I'm normally on by 10, but I always send a reminder out, and I really like for you to come on. I mean, I really like your support and everything. And then I had some of my friends, they came on and they listened for a couple of episodes. And then they kind of dropped off, and then, they said, well, was you on, and then my one friend, she said, well, you got to send me a reminder now, because I'm not sure what time you're coming on, and I might be doing something, and I go to sleep early. So I said, well, it's okay. You can listen on demand, or you can listen, because it was available through other platforms. And I thought that was another cool thing, because even if you didn't tune in that night, you could tune in later. You could leave feedback. You could tell me how you felt about the episode. I thought that was awesome, right? So, some time go on. I called my friend again. Hey, you been tuning in? Now, I know people been tuning in because I can kind of look at my statistics. So I can see, how many people listened on Apple Podcasts, how many people listened on Geo Savon. That's my one over there in India. How many people listen on Spotify? How many listen on iHeartRadio? How many listen on Amazon Music? And so I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking, and I see the statistics, and I see that people are listening, and they not only listening here in the United States, but they listening over in other countries. And my friend, she's still telling me, hey, girl, you got to remind me because I don't know what time you be coming on. Well, I done told you what time I come on. I told you what you need to do. I told you don't even have to listen at the time I come on. You can listen anytime after it airs. And you know, you can leave feedback then, or you can listen anytime. You can listen while you're driving to work. You can listen while you're on your lunch break. You can listen while you're laying in the bed at night. It's up to you when you want to listen, but I just want you to listen. I want to feel that my friends are supporting me. I want to feel that you know you're interested in what I'm doing, and you want me to be successful at it, and you want to motivate me. You want to help me, and you see my vision because you're my friend, and I feel like you should, right? And so what I quickly realized, I was like, well, dang, I'm sending my friend the link. She's not responding to my link. Why is she not responding? And then when I talked to her again, she's saying, well, I don't know what time, and you know, I be forgetting. So then I thought about something. I said, you know what? I can't be mad at her. I could have took it as she was trying to kill my dream because it felt like she wasn't interested. I wasn't doing it right, or whatever the case was. But I just felt some kind of way about it. I felt like the energy that I was receiving from friends and family was not the energy that I thought I was going to. But what I quickly realized is that, okay, wait a minute. Let's think about this for a minute. Do they listen to podcasts? Is this something that they're interested in? Am I talking about something that they're interested in? So sometimes a dream killer, they don't mean to be a dream killer. They just might not be interested in whatever it is you're doing. So I had to think about that. And I also had to think about, you know, when I wrote my first book. I was so excited because I have been talking about writing this book for years and years and years and years. And I thought when that book came out, all my friends was going to jump on it. They was going to support it. They was going to buy it. If I sent them copies, they would take pictures and send it so I can put it in my little ads or whatever. And some of them did. Some of them did. They were very supportive of the book. They looked at it. You know, they gave me their feedback on it, and they, you know, they gave me positive feedback. And then some of them, you know, they didn't say anything. They didn't send me the picture with them in the book, and it was okay because you know the type of book it's erotic. So maybe they had a job situation where, you know, I can't be seen with that book. But I thought because they were my friends, that the energy from them would be different. But complete strangers were more excited about the books that I wrote than my friends. They were more excited about those books than my friends. They were more excited than my friends. You hear me? So sometimes friends and family can be dream killers. Sometimes your boyfriend or your husband can be a dream killer because things that you get excited about, you think they should be excited about, but they not. They real melancholy. They real low vibrational, like people be talking about low vibrational plates. You understand what I'm saying? And you like, dang, why they not excited? Because I'm excited. But I'm going to tell you what I learned how to do. I get excited for myself. And I learned how to block out dream killers, time wasters. People that's always, you know, they asking you, well, what time the show coming? They asking you the same thing over and over again. But I guarantee if it's something they want to see on TV, guess what? They're going to pull up the information and find it. I guarantee if you pull up what's really going on, Blog Talk, Radio Show, and Podcast, you're going to get 10 links pop up on your screen that show you where I am. It's going to show you a picture of me. It's going to show you. So ain't no reason for you ever to have to call me and say, well, where I go? What do I do? Because I'm on every podcasting pretty much network or anywhere that you can listen to a podcast. I'm there. You can pull it up. You can look. You can scroll through. You can look at all those episodes. But I think about now, even when I was married. And I'm not bragging. I'm not boasting. I'm not doing none of that. But I'm just telling you something. When I was no longer in that relationship, which was a dream killer. When I was no longer in that relationship, I was able to focus on things that I wanted to do that was going to help me along in life, that were going to help me. Because if I would, when I was married, if I would have told my husband, hey, I want to write this book, I want to write this erotic book because these are, people that I've met over the years, and I've created these characters in my mind of what they would be like in certain situations, and I want to put it on paper, and I want to put it out there for people to read. He would have told me I was crazy. I don't know nothing about that, and I probably shouldn't do it. That's what he would have told me. That's a dream killer. Because all he wanted to do was what he wanted to do when he wanted to do it. I never discouraged his dreams. He loved animals. He loved taking care of pets. I think he should go to school to be a veterinarian because he was so good with animals. But I never discouraged him, or when he said, hey, I'm going to do this with these dogs, or I'm going to do that, or I'm going to do this, I tried to encourage him to do whatever he wanted. If he made a major milestone or did something great, I wanted to congratulate him and tell him what a great job it was. I can remember graduating from college, and I started going to college 2 days after I had my son. 2 days. I was literally at home. I started with online courses, but it was a few days after I had my son. And so, long story short, 3.5 years later, when I got done with college, and I was receiving my first degree, I'm thinking that my husband and everybody is going to be so supportive and so happy for me. But it was almost like when it happened, nothing. Crickets. No congratulations, no nothing. But what I realized is because when he was younger and he didn't have that somebody to cheer him on, somebody to be his cheerleader, he became a dream killer without even knowing it. Some people are dream killers and they don't even know they dream killers. But what I want to do is encourage you to avoid people that suck and drain the energy out of you. Don't ever have anything positive to say about things that you want to do. Stop letting them do that to you, and stop letting other people discourage you from doing what you want to do. If you want to freaking go to the moon, but your friends, oh, no, you can't do that. Just because they can't do it or won't do it don't mean you can't do it. You can do whatever you want to do. And here I am within such a short time frame from 2021. I'm going to say 2021 because I think that's when the pandemic, the end of 2020, going into 2021 or whatever that time frame was, I've managed to publish 3, 4, 5 books and have 2 that'll be out in the next few months. I never in a million years would have thought that I'd be a published author in my lifetime. I never would have thought it. But because I didn't let a husband or a boyfriend or a friend or anybody discourage me from writing and podcasting and doing whatever it is I want to do and educating and continuing to write and motivate and help. I mean, these are all very, very, very amazing things, but I would have never done them had I let certain people or listened to certain people in my life, because they were dream killers. They will drain you of your energy. Anything positive you got to say, they got 2 negatives. Anything positive you want to do, they got 2 more negatives. I need a cheerleader around me. I mean, I don't want somebody to. I want people to be honest with me and say, hey, they can tell me it might not be a good idea, but that don't mean I'm not going to do it. Because to me, if I tried it and I failed, okay, that's on me. But if I don't try it because somebody's telling me I shouldn't, that's also on me. But I'd rather try and fail and then try again. Learn from my mistakes and keep moving. But somebody that ain't doing nothing is always going to try to rob you of your dreams. And then the other thing, when people don't take your craft or your whatever it is you're doing, they don't take it seriously. They're not going to respect it. They're not going to respect you, and they're not going to respect it. I have invited people on my podcast, and most times, I mean, amazing authors, producers, movie producers, and stuff like that. They've come on my podcast, and I was so excited to have them on. And they just came on and talked to me, and I just thought it was pretty cool that they did that. They didn't have to take the time out of their day. This is people who are busy. I'm talking about making movies and writing books and selling out book signings and things like that. But they took the time out of their day to come to me. Now I can have one of my friends. I can ask one of my friends to come on my podcast and just kick it with me, just talking. And they will come up with every excuse in the book why they can't do it. And I sit here and I think about, and I'm not going to call nobody out. And I invited this person on my show. Really, 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 really awesome, cool gentleman. I love what he's doing. Has some great ideas. Amazing educator. Amazing at his craft, at what he does. And I invited him back on the show, and I said, hey, I want you to come back, and I want you to, chop it up with me and tell me what you've been doing. I'm really interested in what you do, because I think it's a great thing. You serve the public, and then you also seem like a great mentor for young men. So I would love to have you back on the program and talk about what you do. And so, hey, we're gonna settle on this date. Now, things happen sometimes. Things happen where people can't, they can't make it, and I get it, because sometimes life happens and you just can't be where you're supposed to be or where you're supposed to be, and you just can't be there. And I get it. I promise you, I get it. Okay, so you called me, and he called me like maybe 15, 20 minutes before the show. No, I reached out to the gentleman maybe 15, 20 minutes before the show was going to start. Hey, I'm going to be logging on. We'll be going live in about 20 minutes. At that last moment, text me back, I'm over here. I can't make it. Okay, no problem. I can just, I can do it another time with you, and I can just still go online and just do another topic. I can do that because I have control over when my show airs. And if I decide to cancel or change a date, I can do that. I can do such. So then we rescheduled. Okay, we can do it on this date. So next time comes, oh, I'm over here and I can't. Okay, so now you being disrespectful. At this point, you're being disrespectful, especially if you're not telling me, 2 days before or 24 hours, whatever, that you can't be there. Now you're just being disrespectful, and you killing me because you wasting my time. You wasting my time, and I don't know. Maybe you felt like I would have wasted your time, but I respect people more if they just say, what it is. Like, okay, I can't. I would much rather you just be straight up and honest with me, than to kill my dreams. Because when you do stuff like that, you're killing my dreams. But what I've learned is people will kill their own dreams too, because they are uncomfortable going. They are uncomfortable going into situations and networking with people that they're not used to being around. They're not used to being around. But one thing about me, I can go anywhere. I can go into any situation. I can go into any room. I can go into any group. I can go into any meeting, any conference. I'm culturally, how do you put it? That I've worked around diversity before. I've traveled, in the military to other countries. I'm comfortable about me and my strengths. And I know very well what I bring to any table. And if you haven't already purchased or pre-ordered your book, when he asks what you bring to the table, you tell him, bitch, I build tables. And I mean that wholeheartedly, because I'm not uncomfortable going into different situations. I'm okay. I'm okay, absolutely okay with going into uncomfortable situations with people I'm not normally used to being around. And sometimes you got to separate yourself from people who have small minds because they will absolutely positively kill your dreams. Do you hear me? You gotta surround yourself with positive, outgoing, open-minded people who are willing to listen, and encourage your visions. Because if you have a bunch of people around you all the time that are wasting your time and not sticking to their word and not following through and not being supportive and just draining your natural loving aura energy, get away from them people. Get away from them. Because you're not going to tell me that, okay, so you got, if you're doing whatever it is you're doing, you tell your friends, hey, I'm doing this at 7 o'clock on Thursday, and they calling you at 8 o'clock on Thursday. So, what time did you say that thing was? But if it was something that had nothing to do with you, you better know they'd have been there at 7 o'clock on Thursday. But because it was you, sometimes they can't see you. They can't get the 13, 14, 17, 18, 25-year-old you out of their head, that one that wasn't serious, that one that was the party girl or the party boy, that one that didn't really have a lot of goals. They were just trying to going through life, whatever. Because they were used to that you and not the mature you, the one that had goals, the one that had visions. They ain't like that one. So they started trying to kill your dreams. But the way you get rid of dream killers is you gotta void them out. You can't let them drain you of your energy. You can't waste your time on them because they don't have time for you. So you can't waste your time on them. Now maybe one day down the road they'll realize that they dream killers, or it might be something that they want to do that ain't nobody supporting them on, and then they'll get it. But what I'm telling you is this: sometimes you gotta let that boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever go, that best friend that you thought was your best friend, or just some friends, or just people, coworkers, whoever, colleagues who ain't supporting your vision or always got something negative to say, not supporting what you got going on. Sometimes you gotta let them jokers go. All right, and that's all I got for tonight. That's I mean, I just felt like it's a lot of people that have a lot of potential, but because they don't have the right people around them, they letting people kill their dreams. You got to get people that are dream chasers, not dream killers. You need to find you a dream chaser, somebody that's gonna help you to come up, be about it, be a motivation to somebody. That's what you need to do. That's who you need to surround yourself with. You cannot surround yourself with dream killers. Get you a dream chaser and see how your life change. That's all I got. I'm C-Mo of What's Really Going On Blog Talk Radio and Podcast, and I'm super excited that you hung out with me tonight. Have an amazing, amazing week this week, and thank you for listening.
It's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace. Drowning by yourself, now you wanna blame me. Like you have no options. I ain't take your options. Now I'm not the problem, man.